Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, X-Wing players, and anyone who is potentially interested in X-Wing. Welcome to our channel. Please subscribe to our future transmissions and click like on our videos. The more videos you click like on, the more we know what videos to create more of. My call sign is BatMando, and if you are interested in learning this game or are just getting back into this game, then this is the place to be. Today we are continuing a video series called What Can I Fly, starting with the ship's types and their purposes. So topics for today are going to be damage dealers and generics. So these ships have different purposes, but mostly they're there for bonus attacks, filling up spaces in your list, flanking your enemy, grabbing objectives, and some range 3 offense. So now let's get to talking about our damage dealers. So the whole purpose for a damage dealer is to carry and use cannons along with missiles, torpedoes, and sometimes bombs. So sometimes they are used for alpha strike, and then others are used for range 3 offense because they have low agility. So some of the examples that we have provided here, we got Rexler, as you see right here. And Rexler can be incredibly mean, especially if you decide to put the TIE Defender configuration on that. I know there are some Imperial players that absolutely love their full throttle and getting that evade action, then taking an action on top of that. But just imagine having the ability to do a double tap or bonus attack with Rexler. So you got Scorch on the bomber, you got 10 Nub in the Rebel faction, and many more. So as a matter of fact, we're going to be talking about 10 Num right now because take a look at this combination. This can be incredibly nasty. So currently, as of this video, we have the full loadout pushed to its limit on all the points here for 10 Num. So I'm going to go ahead and use the stabilized S foils configuration. Excuse me. And then I went ahead and threw on Saints laser cannons because there are 2 cannon slots on this particular pilot. I also threw in plasma torpedoes along with FCS, or as you can read right there, fire control system, and marksmanship. Now, in which case, all these things will definitely turn 10 Num into a double tapping machine, as you can read over here. Excuse me. Now, after you perform an attack, that could be primary or that could be torpedo. So in which case, as long as you have some kind of attack that is being used and you have a lock on that ship, so in which case, what I'm going to tell you is find a ship that you are coming towards. You can barrel roll straight into where the opponent is in your bullseye. Now, you can go ahead and get a target lock on them, and adding a stress for a red target lock for 10 Num is like adding a focus token to him, because 10 Num doesn't care. He is going to spend that stress token to change any of the focus results on your die to either an evade or to a hit. So in which case, he doesn't care if he's stressed. Now, in which case, plus if you look at his dial, they're able to clear stress pretty easily, but I don't think you're going to have to worry about 10 Num being stressed because you're probably going to spend it anyway. So now, in which case, 10 Num is going to go ahead and use that fire control system. You get that one reroll off of that attack. It could be the plasma torpedoes that you're firing, or it could be your primary that you are firing. So you get that one reroll, and then you can spend that lock to perform a bonus cannon attack. Now, depending on the combination and the cost of cannons and torpedoes here, you could actually downgrade these a little bit, possibly get rid of marksmanship so that you can come up with enough points to be able to afford a bomb. So yes, it comes with 2 cannon slots, it comes with plasma torpedo, it comes with a torpedo slot and a bomb slot available. So making this B-Wing a triple threat on the board. So imagine, if you will, that you decide to put some kind of ion torpedo or maybe an ion cannon on there. You blast the person in front of you within, say, range 2, and then you're able to drop some kind of bomb that ship gets close enough to hit, I mean, there you have it. It's a triple threat on the board. So now let's go ahead and move on to generics, shall we? So you have generics that they're there to fill up your list. They're there to flank. They're there to grab objectives, but they have other purposes as well. So now, again, you can fill your list with them. And I will say that there is a possibility that generics may be going away. Especially if you were watching our unboxing videos of the new starter kits, there weren't any generic cards in there. So, but now let's go ahead and assume that they're still going to be here for a while because I like to use them every once in a while. So now, if you have any leftover amount of points that needs to be filled in your list, well, this is where you can go. And sometimes you can't afford a named pilot, or you can't afford a pilot that has any abilities. So in which case you go ahead and bring in a generic. Now, I'm also going to go ahead and tell you that most people are not going to chase down a generic due to its point value. So now, why put in a generic? Again, fill your list. And then they have an extra gun on the board that you can use for focus fire. You can run that ship around the board grabbing objectives because most people are not going to chase it down. It is a distraction. So maybe they notice that you're grabbing objectives and then they decide to fly after you, but now they have to fly after a different target, and that's spreading out their shots. So they can be great flankers. They can also block other ships from getting to what it is that they were attempting to do. And you're not going to feel all that bad if they die. I'm just being honest. They are expendable. And they can add a synergy to your list. Like, for instance, if you decide to have an Imperial Howlrunner swarm. So Howlrunner is the pilot that allows any of the ships around Howlrunner to re-roll one of their attack die. So that would be pretty cool to have a list of TIE generics just run around with Howlrunner. So now, generics tend to be cost efficient and they serve multiple purpose. Some have unique and deadly loadouts like a Scumsy 95 with Deadman Switch. So not a lot of generics come with an illicit slot, and it does normally have enough points for Deadman Switch, which is only 2 points at the time of filming this video. I mean, your opponent can go ahead and kill that Scum 95 all they want as long as they do not have their ships at range 0 to 1 of it, because once they kill it and Deadman Switch activates, everybody around him, range 0 to 1, is taking at least 1 damage. So there you have it. Okay, now, as always, if there was an element of this video that didn't make sense, or you have another question that we didn't address, feel free to check any of these 3 websites, which we include in the description of every video that we post. If you have any questions, please feel free to send me an email at the address on your screen. Thank you to Slides Carnival and Unsplash for their use of media during this presentation. And please, ladies and gentlemen, support our channel by subscribing. Click like on the videos that you want to see more of, because the more videos you click like on, the more we know what to create. So come on back for our next video in the series. And as always, BatMando out.